Greetings, everyone. This will be the last Nasser offline series race for this week. And we got a treat for you as we're going to be at North Wilkesboro tonight for a 396 lap event here in the Sylvania Cup series. Starting on the front row, we've got Greg Forian alongside Dalton Scott. Then behind him, you got Lewis Trost and Atlee Weiss. Good start for those two. Then you've got Jacob Shangle and Ant Me Person, Bob Leader and Tyler Aspinall, Liz Shangle and Chaz Chadwick, Clyde Coker and Cam Jordan, John Roman and Scott Dixon, Jack Ross and Danny Lidowitz, Skylar Dixon and Guido Piano, Justin Daytu and Mitchell Gobea, yesterday's winner Tristan Reames alongside Michael LeBeau, Ewan Woodarmy and Austin Mullins, Alan Taylor and Kara Carl, Jimmy Gokachia and Howard Schuler, Al Bunch and Alexander Rossi, Will Power and Justin Roman, pair of champions here, Aaron Rapp and Monty Shangle starting side by side. Then you've got Tyler Shangle and Ryan Blaney, Kellen Relic starting deep in the pack alongside Rick Quick, Chris Hergeson and Jimmy Johnson, with Tim Cording and Roger Lutz at the very back of the field. So we're getting settled in here for the Subway 396 here at North Wilkesboro. 396 laps will be pretty good distance for these Cup drivers.
How quick the commitment line comes up on you into turn 2 there. Don't let him speed. This is a short box right there. Second was under green flag, wearing him out. Even if he says he understands, keep wearing him out to pit off from turn 4.
Start zone right about here, and they're going green. Greg Forian and Dalton Scott both get away with a pretty solid start there. Dalton on the outside looks like he might have a little bit of drafting help with Atlee Weiss giving him a push. Greg Forian wants to maintain that lead, so it looks like it's going to be Dalton settling into second. Well, we got some sliders there already as Bob Leader is given Lewis Trost a lot of bump to pass right here. That was quite the save from Lewis Trost. Oh, and we've already got a caution happening further back in the field. So we'll see just how this caution came out. Monty Shangle was involved in it. Whole bunch, yeah, had to whoa up there. There we go, the 54 of Cam Jordan. The 8 of Tristan Reames. This all starts with the 51 of Danny Lidowitz getting into the 54. This hooks him right into the 37 of Guido Piano as well as Tristan Reames. 63 saves it. These cars collect a lot of the traffic here as they get into Will Power, Justin Roman. They're woeing up here as much as they are. Guido Piano just runs into Alexander Rossi there at the end. Now at the front of the lead, we still have Greg Forian and Atlee Weiss with Dalton Scott, Bob Leader, and Tyler Aspinall. So your top 5 kind of stayed the same there. Yeah, they did not pit. So the rest of there's a few guys behind them that did pit. They did not happen to pit. Retirements from this first initial wreck, we have Rick Quick and Kellen Relic out of the race so far. As you can see, a whole bunch of cars towards the back of the field look mangled and through the shredder. That's going to be your typical short track racing. A lot of these cars will not have a clean panel left on them at the end of the race. So yeah, with your top 5 mostly same as what they were before the caution, we're going to get double filed up here and get a restart and see what happens on this restart. Atlee's on the outside of Greg Forian, Bob Leader behind. Earlier we saw Bob Leader try to ruffle Louis Trost's feathers, and maybe he's going to try to do a little bit of the same here with the leaders. Meantime, we cannot get going green for very long as another caution breaks out here. And wow, similar style as the last one. 2 cars just get hooked together. This pushes the 48 of Skylar Dixon into the wall as Chadwick runs out of space there. This spins them out, collecting the 97, the 7, the 51, the 59, and the 54 in the process. And we're back under caution once again here. Larger field taking their chances down pit road this time by even the leaders. It's so early in this race that there's really no huge advantage to pitting. We're going to have to see some green flag runs to get things kind of stretched out here. So looks like Bob Leader now is going to inherit the lead over Atlee Weiss and Tyler Aspinall. And did he pit? Was that due to... Yep, he pitted with the rest of the leaders, so... Okay, getting back to racing here. Bob Leader and Atlee Weiss, and wow, Atlee gets one heck of a jump there as he gets to cruise and settle right in front of Bob Leader for the lead. Clyde Coker on the outside, and really honestly just hoping that we can get a green flag lap in here without another caution to mess it up, and good. We got our first full green flag lap in without a caution to mess it up. It ain't gonna last very long. The way these guys are running in the back, you can see it's just a matter of time before a mistake's made. And perhaps right in this area here, as you can see, 3 wide. Never a good situation on a short track like this. I'm amazed they can make it work. But we stay green, luckily, and keep racing. And now Tyler Aspinall up to second. Clyde Coker in third there. Bob Leader and Justin Day2 fighting for position. Day2 gets the position on Coker as well, putting him up to third. Al Bunch making some moves. He started about top 15. He's into the top 10, almost into the top 5. And right now we have 3 rookies leading the way. Atlee Weiss, Tyler Aspinall, and Justin Day2, all of which are in contention for Rookie of the Year status this year. Atlee Weiss actually came from Tyler Aspinall's stables and got the call from Joe Gibbs to make it up into Cup here. Just like that, Day2 getting by Aspinall. We're under caution yet again here on lap 18. Ooh, Will Power. Another accordion effect kind of wreck here as Ant Me Person gets run into by Ewan What Army, collecting Will Power, Cam Jordan, and these guys are going to wash right back up into the coming traffic. Everyone woes up pretty well to minimize damage to their vehicles, but yet again, here we are under caution for the 3rd time already in only 21 laps. Majority of the field pits yet again as we have some lap traffic on field making their pit stops this time by. Atlee Weiss comes out with the lead. Second to him is Justin Day2, third Tyler Aspinall, fourth Clyde Coker, and fifth Dalton Scott. So yet again, we're going to have to wait it out until they get back to green. I honestly do not know what we're looking at right here as everyone jumped the start. I don't know if this is a pass-through penalty for these guys that jumped the start. Our leader is now going to be mired at the back of the field, may even be trapped a lap down if he ain't able to get through here quick enough. And just like that, Atlee Weiss and those guys are a lap down, and we've got another caution again already. And this one looks to have some pretty severe damage to a few vehicles that may not make it out from this one. More of the same carnage that we've seen already at the beginning of this one. The 49 gets spun out by Al Bunch. This slams him up into Scott Dixon. And with the rest of the field coming at him, they had no time to check up. This collects Monty Shangle. Tyler Shangle slams into you and What Army there. And perhaps now Atlee Weiss and the rest may be able to get lucky where the caution falls as it is. Only be trapped one lap down. So now with all the chaos that had fallen upon us, our new leader here is Tyler Aspinall, followed by Liz Shangle. Amazingly enough, Tristan Reames in third, Dalton Scott in fourth, John Roman in fifth, Bob Leader sixth, Ryan Blaney seventh, Jack Ross eighth, Michael LeBeau ninth, and Jacob Shangle in 10th. Out of the race after that, we've seen a whole slew of vehicles retired now. The 77 of Tyler Shangle is out. The 1 of Ewan What Army out. Monty Shangle, Willpower, Scott Dixon, and so far the 19 of Atlee Weiss is only one lap down. So plenty of racing and opportunities to get that lap back. And if things keep going the way they're going, he'll probably get it back because everyone else is wrecking out in front of him. And I can confirm what happened in that last restart is that trio did jump the start and they were forced to make a pit stop. Most of them decided to actually take tires while they were on pit road because if you're going to be doing a pass through, you might as well try to find a way to take an advantage. So we'll see now if we can get going for any longer than what we've already been able to do. It's been a wreck fest so far. The less cars left running, the more opportunities we'll get to stay green longer. Looks like we might have a change for the lead here, as Tristan Reames is going to blow by Tyler Aspinall on the inside. These two duking it out side by side as Tyler Aspinall's not going anywhere. Tristan Reames finally ekes it out in front of him and can slide up and take the line away. Liz Shangle also trying to make some moves here on Tyler Aspinall. Seems like we're going to get a few more green flag laps run here than previous starts. And we're under caution yet again. As you can see in the background, the number 5 of Dalton Scott got spun pretty hard there into the front straight wall. Now this setting up, it looks like it might be some friendly fire between teammates. Bossman Jacob Shangle gets into the 5 of Dalton Scott to spin him out. This slides up into the 80. Man, Clyde Coker taking a hard hit there. Cam Jordan, Guido Piano, most of these guys don't have anywhere to go as they just start trying to find an opening to get out of the wreckage. Luckily, Clyde Coker flips but ends up back on all fours. And I can imagine that this will probably retire a few more drivers from the race today. This is starting to feel very reminiscent of the LA Coliseum earlier from this year, as you really don't get many green flag runs. Perhaps, like I was saying though, if we get enough cars wrecked out, maybe we can get some good long green flag runs for this race. There's still a whole bunch of laps, 340 plus laps left to go. Yeah, Clyde Coker, after taking that hard impact into the outside wall, has now retired. Atlee Weiss there is going to be able to gain another spot, putting him up to 27th one lap down. We get back going to green again. Tyler Aspinall's been in this position before, leading laps in our Sylvania Cup series. He just hasn't been able to close the deal so far in his rookie venture here in the series. Perhaps maybe he can change that today. He's going to have to fight hard, though, alongside some strong contenders, especially Tristan Reames, who's just fresh off of his first win in the series as a rookie. John Roman there just blowing by Aspinall. Wants to try and put an end to a extensive winless streak that dates all the way back to 2012. We have some good racing at the front of the field here as John Roman is trying to find a way to pass Tristan Reames. And perhaps he'll just drive right through him and get him loose to take that position. As you can see, he is riding that bumper like they're glued together. Finally, a little bit of separation as Tristan Reames drives away there. This has already officially been our longest green flag run here for the Subway 396. Ooh, that was looking like a move materializing there as John Roman is going to get by Tristan Reames and take the lead away. And as I mentioned already, winless streak dating back to 2012 for John Roman there. This would be a huge deal if he could somehow find a way to seal the deal today here at North Wilkesboro. Dating all the way back to 2012, he has a 550 race winless streak. Could very well be one of the largest winless streaks to ever be broken. Actually, I guarantee you it would be the longest winless streak ever to be broken in this series, as no one else even comes close to matching those statistics. The only other driver that has been longer between wins was Rick Quick in 2011. However, he has not started every race between 2012 to 2022. So Rick Quick is not part of the statistic because John Roman has actually attempted to make every race for the past 11 years and has not won a race since, 11 years ago. Also, another Monty Shangle Motorsports entry, and we've already seen the dominance from MSM this year. Hell, this Sylvania Cup series is setting up to be just like a Formula One championship, as we've only got two top teams winning the races so far. The only teams to win in 2023 have been Arrow McLaren and Monty Shangle Motorsports. And guess who's running 1-2? Monty Shangle Motorsports and Arrow McLaren right there in second. And we have at least 20 different teams here in the Sylvania Cup Series. It's amazing to think that there's only two teams that have all the resources together to be this great. Especially the fact that the wins have been spread pretty much across the entire team for both teams. Other than the fact that Monty Shangle won 4 races straight. It was Monty Shangle and Alan Taylor, both with a win this season for MSM. And Arrow McLaren, both of their drivers, Alexander Rossi and Tristan Reames. John Roman right here would be the third of 4 MSM drivers if he could get the win here. Just something to think about because it's crazy that we have so many teams and only 2 of them have been contenders for wins here in 2023. They definitely have something figured out that the rest of the field does not. And now John Roman is going to have to start dealing with some lap traffic here as he catches the back of the field with our longest green flag run in the race here so far. About to put a MSM teammate one lap down with Liz Shangle right there in front of him. Everyone that gets put a lap down, this is going to help Atlee Weiss gain more opportunities to get positions that he otherwise may not have been able to. As you can see, Atlee Weiss is actually driving through the field with all these other damaged vehicles. He's racing amongst the top 10 drivers already. And if Liz, starts, or my bad, not Liz. Liz's the one going a lap down. If John Roman happens to catch lap traffic and get slowed down, Atlee Weiss with his fresher tires and cleaner car may be able to drive around for one of his laps, get his lap back. Yeah, once you get into the top 10, you'll be right getting closer to getting up there with the leader. It's definitely joyous to see North Wilkesboro lit back up and racing again. Track that's been missing racing action for many years now in real life. It's going to be awesome to see the Cup guys go there for the All-Star race this year. One of the things I feel NASCAR has done right with some of the moves that they've done so wrong lately. Bringing a race back to a track that's been long overdue. I think it might be one of the best events of the season. And even here tonight, I think we're going to get a good race, because once the lap traffic starts slowing John Roman up, this will allow the rest of the field to catch back up to him. Finally, with a long green flag run here, we're going to reach close to lap 90. Right now, we're down to 310 laps to go here. Man, John Roman is putting a lot of good drivers a lap down here, as he's even got by Jimmy Johnson, looking in his sights in front of him at Lewis Trost. This seems to be the tenacity of Atlee Weiss. Even when he's having a bad day, he still finds a way to try and make up as much points as possible. With this here, Atlee Weiss getting by Liz will put him up another spot in the running, as that's another lap down car that he's racing for position with. Carrot Carl having a solid run here in 6th. Jacob Shangle up to 5th. Bob Leader in 4th. Tyler Aspinall in 3rd. Tristan Reames still holding in solid in 2nd. And John Roman still fighting to put as many people a lap down as he possibly can. Getting stuck now behind 2 lap cars. This is going to slow his pace up a little bit. If he isn't careful, Tristan Reames could be striking in striking range sooner than later. This will be what John needs to get by the lap traffic as quickly as possible. And now he'll be able to start setting fast laps to get away from Tristan Reames. Oh, I do stand corrected about a statement made earlier with only 2 teams winning this year. That was incorrect. We've actually had 3 teams this year where Penske Dixon Racing has been able to pull victory with Will Power at Daytona. So But with that said, there's only been 2 manufacturers to hit victory lane, and that's Ford and Chevy. We're under caution again. This one came quite a ways into this green flag run. It's going to be a perfect scenario because people will be able to get fresh tires and some gas here after having such a good run. Oh, this wreck all started with Tyler Aspinall and Jacob Shangle. As you can see, Tyler Aspinall driving in hard, bumping into the 64 and sandwiching him into the wall. Aspinall comes back down into the 97. That spins him out. Looks like Jacob Shangle's able to maintain his position and not lose any spots. We'll see how much repairs are done under the caution here for the 64 and the 29. As we're down to 295 laps to go here. Now the 64 and the 29 are going to have to get the repairs done here pretty quickly because the pace car is catching back up to them. They're going to be able to maintain their position without losing a lap. Well, they're not going to lose a lap. They're going to forfeit their position running order where they were running 4th and 5th. Likely back into the top 20 now. John Roman maintains the lead, followed by Tristan Reames and Bob Leader, Jack Ross and Kara Carl, Roger Lutz and Alan Taylor with a mangled up car there. Al Bunch, Chris Hergeson, Greg Forian, looks like he's going to pit again here though. Ryan Blaney, Howard Schuler. Wow, Tyler Aspinall and Jacob Shangle, 12th and 13th, as there's very few cars on the lead lap right now. Only 14 cars on the lead lap. We're back in racing, and it looks like Tristan Reames with a good run on the outside. John Roman keeping that position for now. And we are going to have to see here if cautions breed cautions yet again. We had a good 80-plus lap green flag run, and now these guys are double filed back up. Hopefully we can keep it clean. Wow, crazy enough, our second place driver getting stuck on the outside. This is making him plummet backwards here. As Bob Leader's now up to second, Roger Lutz third, and Al Bunch running in fourth. Al Bunch has run here before in the Busch Series and has some good prior experience from turning laps here. Wow, Bob Leader took the lead away from John Roman. And now Al Bunch taking second away as John Roman stuck on the high side and falling backwards. Jacob Shangle with a damaged vehicle. He's cracked his way back up into the top top five nearly. And we're going to pause for station identification here, getting a replay save started. This will be race 9 of 48, part 1. And back to our scheduled programming. Crazy that the restart has changed the whole complexion of this race so far. Our top two drivers now have fallen outside of the top 5. They're fighting for 6th and 7th place when they prior was fighting for 1st and 2nd. Nice thing about short track racing is no matter how damaged the car gets, it really doesn't affect the whole composure of that car. They don't need the aerodynamics near as much at these short tracks where they would need them at 1.5 miles and longer. That damage would really slow them down where the speed's needed. But here at the short tracks without, a high demand for speed, it kind of comes down to the driver, and we get to see a driver battle more so than a horsepower battle. I think that's how a couple drivers, even like Dalton Scott in the background there, still running in the top 10, even though it looks like a squash stink bug. Caution yet again here at North Wilkesboro. Ooh, and we're going to have More drivers that are out of the race here on lap 117. Wow. Ryan Blaney, running in 5th, has a suspension failure, and without any chance to get off the racing surface, as you can see, he's trying to get down low, but traffic keeps coming on the inside. And it looks like he's simply lost all power at this point, as everyone else starts closing in on him. Tim Cording takes most... Oh, and Aunt Me Person just slobbers into the 97 car there. Some extracurricular at the start-finish line as Cam Jordan gets run into by Atlee Weiss. And that puts an end to the day for Tim Cording, no doubt now. As the extracurricular, we'll see if we can see it in this. Yeah, the 45 gets into the 54. Tim Cording with nowhere to go. We got 2 more retirements on the day here. So if everyone retired now, let's look and see. We already know everyone from 34th on back is out of the race. Now joining them will be Aunt Me Person, Tim Cording, Cam Jordan, Ryan Blaney, and Aaron Rapp. And that looks to be it right there. Atlee Weiss, even though he's 1 lap down, he's all the way up to 17th. Having a good rebound from the unfortunate luck he had at the start of the race here. And like I said, we're going to still probably wreck a lot more vehicles, so that gives Atlee more and more opportunities to get up positions here in the race. Missed the call on the restart there, but it looks like Bob Leader's going to settle back into the lead. We were watching deeper back in the pack on how that all fares out. But back towards the front here, it looks like Al Bunch is going to settle into third, possibly fourth, with John Roman blowing by him. And Chris Hergeson here with a good run today. Could potentially become one of his best finishes here in the Cup Series. John Roman's trying to get back to the lead as he gets by Roger Lutz there for second. Have a feeling here that we're probably going to settle in for another one of those long green flag runs. John Roman on the bumper of Bob Leader, trying to give him hell for the lead. Another newcomer towards the front of the field as we've got Carrot Carl up to third. Still with a lot of racing to go here. We haven't even come close to halfway yet. Potential fight for the lead breaking out here is John Romans on the outside of Bob Leader. John Roman's going to have to settle back in behind Bob Leader in second. That side-by-side racing only allowed for Kara Carl to catch up to him. Greg Forian's trying to make it interesting at the front as he blew by Kara Carl, and he's fighting for second against John Roman. Looks like John Roman is going to be able to get the position away from Bob Leader. This puts Bob Leader in a very vicarious position as Greg Forian will probably capitalize and make a move. Greg Forian now up to second. Bob Leader from the lead all the way back to third in the matter of one lap. And you got to imagine with another long green flag run like this, how long is it going to take until they start catching lap traffic again? Wow, Greg Forian blows by John Roman. John Boy leads for one lap, and now it's Greg Forian to the point. Greg had a decent run going at Kyalami, and with the top five looked to be in the sights. Had a blown engine with only a handful of laps to go. So perhaps today he's going to try to redeem himself and get the finish that he deserved from yesterday at Kyalami. Definitely we are setting in for a long green flag run here, as we're about 40 laps away from halfway. Still a long ways for Greg to catch up to the lap traffic here, so perhaps that lap traffic is not going to be a factor anytime soon. Cautions are always going to be potential here. But we've got less and less cars left running here. Not even halfway through the race. Greg Forian's last win came in 2021, so he's looking a little bit less of a winless streak than most. Oh, and we've got that caution that I was talking about. Well, perhaps it was the 81 of Al Bunch looks to be creased up here. And I do believe that's probably where the damage is. Yep, right here. Al Bunch having a good run. His team owner, the 18 of Chadwick, just runs right into him. So another friendly fired teammate deal, similar to Jacob Shangle and Dalton Scott wrecking each other. I don't know what it is, but these teammates keep finding ways to wreck each other tonight. Nice part is this will give us a chance to reset them. Another shot for some good racing at the front on the restarts. Alrighty, we're going to get back to racing here on lap 162. Front of the field is Greg Forian and John Roman, followed by Bob Leader and Jack Ross. We're going to see who gets the good start here. Greg Forian may be the one with the good start as he has an edge on John Roman. John Boy on the outside fighting hard. Two of them duking it out pretty hard for the lead, but Greg Forian gonna settle with it for now. Greg Forian with a pretty good lead on John Roman and Bob Leader. Jack Ross with an impressive top 5 going at the moment. Roger Lutz, Tyler Aspinall, Alan Taylor up to 7th. Alexander Rossi in 8th. Al Bunch with that totally mangled car still in the top 10 fighting for positions here. Still no... Okay, they're all going still green, no caution. Jack Ross making a move on the inside of Bob Leader for position. And that puts Jack Ross up to 3rd. Impressive run for him. Caution yet again here, and we'll have to figure out exactly how this caution came out. Yellow flag. There we go. Oh, bummer. Kara with a good run going. She gets spun going into turn. Actually, the spin out happens on the front straight when she gets into Chris Hergeson. Spins out into turn 1, collecting Tristan Reames. That spin was enough to bring out the caution here. And we'll get to re-rack them and do it all over again. There is not very many clean cars left running, as a lot of people have been wound up in wrecks one fashion or another. Jack Ross up to 2nd. Tyler Aspinall 3rd. Alan Taylor 4th. Roger Lutz 5th. Alexander Rossi 6th. Wow, Dalton Scott back in the mix as he's going to get back into the top 10 here. Enough chaos and commotion has allowed him to move back through the field. He'd been involved in that early wreck where Jacob took him out. And Bob Leader with the lead. So Leader leads. Greg Forian 2nd. John Boy 3rd. Jack Ross 4th. And Tyler Aspinall 5th. Green flag waves, and we're back in racing here. Lap 174 of 396. As you can see, Bob Leader with an edge on the lead right now. The rest of this field's going to get kind of interesting as the others get tore up. These leaders continue to stay clean of any damage for the most part. Just like that, Tyler Aspinall in third with a moderately damaged vehicle, still running contention for the win here. Dalton Scott in just a little bit further back with more damage than Tyler Aspinall, and he's making moves to the front. Tyler Aspinall cracking on the inside of the 53. This get interesting. Tyler Aspinall looks like he's going to take the lead this time by John Boy on the outside. Ooh, and we're going into turn one, full steam ahead. Tyler Aspinall still fighting hard for that position. It doesn't seem that John Boy wants to give it up, but Aspinall is going to prevail, and it's Tyler Aspinall back to the point, leading where he previously led earlier in the race today. And we're getting closer to halfway for the event. And yet again, we've got another caution to boot. This time looks like maybe Jacob Schengle involved in the carnage here. No, maybe not. Unfortunately, Kara Carl gets another wreck involved here. Running in 13th, the 22 of Austin Mullins. It looks like Kara just runs into the 49 of LeBeau and gets hit into the inside wall there. Yet again, another caution, and we're going to get him re-racked up again. It seems like this has been a wreck fest from the word go. I have lost track of how many cautions we currently have. Most of you watching will actually get to see that in the top screen, top right corner. I do not get to see that right now. I only see the race screen minus the ticker, so I'm sure it's getting close to double digits at this point, as it seems that this may very well be caution number 10 if I had to guess. I'll have to rewatch the recording later and see how close I was to guesstimating that. We're back in green, and John Roman may be able to secure that lead back. Jack Ross running strong on the outside. I'm very afraid that cautions are still going to breed cautions here. Make it one lap clean around the track. John Boy settles into the lead. Tyler Aspinall in second. Roger Lutz looking to take that spot away from him. Roger Lutz now up to second. Jack Ross fighting for third. Settling into third there. Let's double check, see if we had any more retirements in the race. No, it looks like we still have the same amount of cars running. Atlee Weiss has fallen a second lap down, so now he's 2 laps down in 25th place. We still have 14 cars on the lead lap right now. Last driver on the lead lap is Jacob Shangle. And it's impressive what we've seen here tonight. The vast majority of leaders at the front, it's been kind of a mixed bag. Apart from the fact that John Boy's been out front leading, I think, more laps than most, it's not a whole lot more than the rest of the guys because this lead has been split. We've seen a lot of passes for the lead, a lot of swaps for the lead, and just overall great racing here tonight. There's been moments where it seems like Greg Forian's got the car to beat. Then you got moments like this where it seems like John Boy's got the car to beat. And you get some strange ones at the front like Bob Leader for a while and a few other drivers that have been up front leading. Tyler Aspinall led for a while. And now make that Roger Lutz as another new leader here today at North Wilkesboro. Wow, Bob Leader and Greg Forian get into it a little bit there as both of them slam hard into that inside wall. They continue onward and no caution. Jack Ross now moving into second, taking the position away from John Roman. Under caution once more again, and definitely not the last time. If I had to wager, it may be Tristan Reames here. Oh, nope, it's the 5 and the 48. And whoa, Jacob gets into the 5 car. Tristan Reames gets into it. Seems like we can't get a long green flag run at this racetrack. It's been a wreck fest all night long. Our lead trio stays the same as the remaining lap down drivers all make their pit stops. I stepped away from the race for just a moment, and it seems that we had another caution. The 8 of Tristan Reames gets in yet another wreck. Again with Dalton Scott. So you step away from the computer for just a moment, and we still can't get going green. And now your new leader is Jack Ross at the front of the field. Amazingly enough. It took us 8 races to get our first rookie winner here in the Sylvania Cup for 2023. Perhaps we may be looking at another rookie tonight, matching it 2 for 2 in the last 2 races. Tristan Reames being the first 2023 rookie candidate to win a points-paying race here in the Cup Series for 2023. Now you got Jack Ross up front leading, and even have Tyler Aspinall in the picture just a few spots back and forth. So 2 rookies with a good shot at potentially getting a good finish here today. Even Al Bunch still in the fold, running in 7th. Chris Hergeson in 8th. And Austin Mullins in 9th. Justin Day2 in 11th. Oh, correction. He's 20th laps, and he's laps down, so not Day2. Trost is 16th, 1 lap down. Okay, here we go with another attempt at a restart. Still no new retirements, so 28 cars that are still trying to run hard here. Might get another caution, who knows? Let's see. Wow, Roger Lutz had one hell of a start there, but Jack Ross fighting back on the inside. Tyler Aspinall may be able to settle down onto the inside line, and we are under caution yet again. As they're not wrecking hard enough to retire, they just continue to be onesie twosies wrecking, and this is getting out of control here with the ooh, that may have put it into the day for the 48 of Skylar Dixon. Even the 37 of Guido Piano had a hard hit there. At this point, you might as well just consider yourself lucky if you're still running this deep into the race. Man, this is going to be stretching it almost to a 3-hour length on the short track here. Alrighty, let's try this again, as seems to be a hassle for everyone to get around this track without wrecking right now. I even dialed the aggression down on these guys because I knew it was a short track, and even dialing the aggression down seems to have only made it slightly worse. So, and even all these guys that keep wrecking and bringing out the caution, they're still out there running, competing for positions on track. With that one we just had, still no extra retirements. I'm amazed that the 48 still alive after hitting as hard as he did into the outside wall. Jack Ross leading over John Boy, Roger Lutz, and Kara, not Krista. I get it mixed up because in the trucks we have another KK driver, Krista Cower, and Kara Carl. So, very understandable mistake there. Al Bunch with a hard charge on the inside. Al Bunch is going to get a position takeaway from Jacob. And then Kara has to deal with Al Bunch running on her tail here shortly. Oh, and Austin Mullins drives it in deep there. This is going to put Al Bunch on the outside with potential to lose a position. Al Bunch loses that position to Austin Mullins, and now even Alexander Rossi is attacking the position. John Boy losing a spot here to Roger Lutz as Roger cruises up into second. John Boy got back by Roger Lutz, and he's fighting hard. Back bumper of Jack Ross here. So we had a long enough green flag run here that we actually saw green flag pit stops amongst the leaders. Currently Jack Ross and John Boy come back out 10th and 11th. And one lap down, currently Greg Forian still out there turning laps, as well as Bob Leader, who have not pitted yet. You also have the 81 of Al Bunch, who hasn't pitted yet. You gotta imagine the drivers that pitted early and must assume that there ain't gonna be any more cautions to mix things up here, and that pit stop was able to fill them up. They can run the rest of the race now without having to worry about going down pit road. Maybe it's a race winning strategy, or maybe they'll get snake bitten if caution falls and traps them one lap down. Oh, and from the lead, Greg Forian gets bashed into the wall by Jacob Shangle and is somehow going to miraculously manage to maintain that lead. As you can see here in the picture, going into the turn, hooks Greg Forian into the wall, bam. Greg Forian led the lap but continues on the inside and passes Bob Leader back to maintain the lead right before he pits. So Al Bunch made a move down pit road fast enough to actually pass Greg Forian. Oh, he was on his pit. Okay, so fast enough pit stop. Al Bunch back out and racing. And just like that, Jack Ross getting back in contention to take the lead back. The 22 of Austin Mullins is yet to pit, possibly. Yep, there he's pitting now. Austin Mullins coming down pit road. This should give Jack Ross the lead back. As you can see, he's running deep on the inside of the lap traffic here. Jack Ross is now the leader. Pit stops, he was able to gain momentum and get by John Boy to take the lead back here. And we've hit just a little shy of 100 laps to go. We're down to 96 laps to go now. Jack Ross at the front definitely would be a huge surprise if he manages to pull this off. Al Bunch unfortunately lost a lot of traction in his 9th place, one lap down. As we can see, Jacob Shangle, the first car, one lap down in 8th there. Atlee Weiss is the first car, 2 laps down in 16th place. Al Bunch back on the lead lap here would definitely love for a caution to fall. That would help him get back around to the tail end of the lead lap. Running in 8th, Jack Ross, the leader. John Roman in second. Jack Ross is having to fight hard here with lap traffic all around him. This may help John Boy get back into the fold here. As you see, Jack Ross slides up high. 37 of Guido Piano on the inside. Justin Roman goes for one wild ride there onto the in. He gets pushed down onto the inside, hits the wall hard, but without the ability to get back into the racing surface. Just has to settle into pit road there. No caution, and we keep going. "75 laps to go here, and with that, as long as it stays green, these last 75 laps could clip by pretty quickly. Currently, Jack Ross out front leading, which will be a tremendous victory if he can pull it off. Second to him is the long-tenured winless streak of John Roman, dating all the way back to 2012. He would love to get rid of that winless streak. The next contender nearby, further back, is Roger Lutz in third, Alexander Rossi in fourth, Bob Leader in fifth, Greg Forian in sixth, Al Bunch in seventh, and Kara Carl in eighth. We've been treated to quite the wreck fest here today. Lost count of just how many cautions we've been a part of here at the Subway 396. But regardless of all the carnage, North Wilkesboro has proven to be an impressive short track with some good action to be had. If you take out all the wrecks and carnage, we've definitely seen a lot of lead changes today. And it's been fun wagering, trying to figure out who's going to be the one at the end here. Surprisingly enough, I think Jack Ross has got what it takes. All he's going to have to do is keep what he's doing and not let any of his contenders get by. John Roman still within striking distance of trying to steal the win back in his favor. Definitely a bummer. At the beginning of the race, it was looking like Atlee Weiss was going to be a force to be reckoned with. And with a early race pit stop, it put him behind the 8 ball, and he's been fighting to get back on the lead lap ever since. Still, regardless, 22nd is where he runs right now. A mid-pack finish may not be the end of the world. And potentially fighting here to get one of his 2 laps back if he can get by the 00 of Jack Ross. This has by far been a dominant plight by Jack Ross towards the end of this one. However, he fell back to 3rd. How did we miss that? Greg Forian had been on a tear. As far back as 6th. 16 seconds back. How the heck do you make up that kind of time? He's running 22.1, 22.9, 28, 22.5, 22.6. Roughly making up a second a lap. Greg Forian. Wow, that did not seem like a factor in the race, but Greg Forian making up a second each lap, as you can see. Him and Bob Leader as well, making up just as much time as each other. And just like that, as you can see, once we get to this point, and things I was not paying attention to, Greg's able to get by the 7 of Alexander Rossi. And now working along to try and get the 33 of Bob Leader. The 00 of Jack Ross just on old enough tires that it's making him lose momentum. Greg Forian up to second, and Greg Forian gets by him for the lead. And now we might have a battle between Greg Forian and Bob Leader for the win here. Oh, and then we got a caution on lap 349. This will give everyone an opportunity to get fresh tires, and we'll be able to run it all over again with just under 50 laps to go. Oh, and it was John Roman that got run into here. One of our contenders for the win, as wow, Chadwick just drove him up into the wall. So yep, on lap 350, everyone pitted. Greg Forian with the lead against all that I expected, as that, kind of snuck up on me too. I was kind of expecting it just to go the way of Jack Ross in the closing laps, but Greg Forian was cutting a second a lap times faster and was able to blow by the lead. And now with this caution, it's really anyone's game again here. Still at 28 cars left running, so no more retirements have come about. Only have 9 cars on the lead lap. This last 50, 40, 42 lap shootout's going to be interesting here, as we still definitely have 9 cars in contention for the win here tonight. In that top 9, we've got Greg Forian leading over Bob Leader, Jack Ross, Alexander Rossi, Roger Lutz, John Roman, Al Bunch, Tyler Aspinall, and Carrot Carl, all within the top 9. Go down the list. It looks like Atlee Weiss fell another lap down. Now he's 3 laps down, but he's running 23rd. Double filed. Pace car is off, and the green flag's waving. 42 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro to determine the winner. Greg Forian with the steady lead at the moment, fighting alongside Bob Leader. Jack Ross is going to push the envelope and try to settle back into second here. We stay green, and hoping to stay green for the remainder of this one so we get a good finish. They're looking quite precarious in that back half of the field. Hopefully they can keep them going forward without too much commotion. Seems that Greg Forian played the strategy card to perfection. He wouldn't have been able to get that lead if he wasn't turning 1 second per lap faster than the leader was. That was quite the move to come from 6th place on field, 16 seconds back, and put into mind that fast lap around here is about 20 seconds, so to span nearly the entire lap, the distance that it would take to go a lap down, is impressive. And potentially we might have a veteran stump the rookie yet again, as we've seen it all too often this year, that the veterans take it to the rookies and give them a lesson. Jack Ross is not going away though. As you can see, he's still within striking distance of the lead. And it's truly going to come down to who's got the faster car between these two. Currently, fastest lap belongs to Greg Forian in the lead. But Jack Ross not too far behind in the fast lap category. He's even turning some of his fastest laps right here on this final run. He's catching up to that rear bumper of the 69 Dodge. The rest of the field pretty much uninspired at making a bid for the win here. Jack Ross is ever so close to that back bumper of the 69. He's going to give him a hard time and make him sweat bullets. And that's really the only way you can try to win a race, is to make your opponents push themselves and make a mistake. Jack Ross is doing such a spectacular job here tonight. He's going to go a long ways towards his Rookie of the Year standings, being the highest finishing rookie here at North Wilkesboro. In order to finish well, you must first finish. And finishing the race is definitely in the books here for Jack Ross. 30 laps to go now, and honestly, Jack Ross may very well just be biding his time until he needs to make the move, saving up his tires for one last valiant charge. Even Bob Leader is trying to close in on this lead group here and make it interesting. Laps are going to start being the enemy here, as there ain't a whole lot of laps left to run. Oh, and we've got another caution. This will make things interesting. Louis Trost, who is running 14th, one lap down, winds up getting spun by the 46 of Jimmy Gokachia. More of the same that we've been seeing all day so far on that front stretch spin out. So Greg Forian's going to have to do it again, as he's been able to do it so far, holding off Jack Ross. He's going to have to do it one more time on a restart. Already could potentially be the final restart of the race here. Greg Forian and Jack Ross leading the field to the green flag with just 21 laps to go now. Jack Ross has the start of a lifetime as he catapults to the lead. Almost looks like there's something wrong with Greg's car. Bob Leader gets by Greg. Greg's dropping like a rock now as Alexander Rossi makes a move. Heck, even Al Bunch could make a move and get up a position as well. Restart of the century for Jack Ross as Greg Forian from the lead all the way back to 6th now. But Jack Ross is not out of the woods yet. He's got Bob Leader there behind him who could potentially still steal this race. Even Alexander Rossi might be able... Oh, and Al Bunch makes it by Alexander Rossi there for 3rd. Al Bunch is going to soldier this wounded car along all the way to the finish here. Danny Litowitz is a lap down in 10th. 3rd place, Al Bunch, losing position there to Alexander Rossi. Still a lot of good racing going on here with just a handful of laps left to go. Turns out that this will still be only one of 3 different teams that have won this year. Jack Ross is teammates with Will Powers, so in the vein of keeping it limited on teams that have hit victory lane, Monty Shangle Motorsports, Arrow McLaren, and now Penske Dixon Racing all Jack Ross has to do is hold on for 15 more laps. Al Bunch losing a lot of traction there. Greg Forian also losing a lot of traction. Tyler Aspinall looks like he's going to settle for a good finish up to 3rd. This time by 13 laps to go, Jack Ross with the advantage. Jack Ross definitely has seemingly been the dominant car in the second half of the race. We've definitely had a few dominant performances from multiple drivers, but none more so than Jack Ross, who's in the lead right now. Bob Leader better be careful that Litowitz doesn't spin him out here. Litowitz giving him one hell of a hard time on the back bumper. Kara Carl with a pretty decent charge to the front up to 4th. Potentially going to get 3rd here from Tyler Aspinall. With only 11 laps to go, this is a great showing for Kara as well. Honestly, a great showing for everyone in the top 5 that has not necessarily had the greatest of seasons so far, but proven tonight that they have some short track knowledge that other people might not. Jack Ross has definitely been a polarizing character in the series, winning a race in the Truck Series in 2022, maneuvering and working his way up to Cup with some lucky breaks, and when Penske decided that they were going to open their team up to some rookies, he was one of the first ones that got an opportunity to come drive for this Penske-Dixon Racing conglomeration that occurred. And I think we're seeing that Penske, instead of being the stronghold of willpower, they're gonna have some talent here that's gonna be winning races for all 4 rides that they have fielded this year. Last year it was the double-headed dragon of Austin Cindric and Will Power. Maybe we'll see a 4-headed Cerberus amongst the team now. Five laps to go. Honestly, short of a caution, it's not looking like anyone's got anything for Jack Ross here. It took us 8 races to get our first Rookie of the Year contender in victory lane. And we could be looking down the barrel of back-to-back rookie winners in the Sylvania Cup Series. Jack Ross is definitely going to party hard when this one's over, regardless of the finish position. Been a great day for him and can't complain. Three laps to go this time by. This time by, it's going to be the white flag waving in the air. Al Bunch takes the white flag. If we do get a caution, it'll end the race here. Al's simply got a cruise. Correction, my bad. Jack's simply got a cruise out here. Al Bunch a little bit further back is going to get 7th, but the victory is going to go to Jack Ross here at North Wilkesboro tonight. Great run for Jack Ross. Coming home in 2nd is Bob Leader, Carrick Harl in 3rd, Tyler Aspinall in 4th, Greg Forian in 5th, John Roman falls all the way back to 6th, Al Bunch finishing 7th, Roger Lutz finishing 8th, Danny Litowitz 9th, and Jacob Shangle 10th. So our doubleheader weekend comes to a close here as we saw Tristan Reames win at Kyalami, and now Jack Ross winning here at North Wilkesboro. Makes for back-to-back rookies taking their first win here in the Cup Series. There's going to be many opportunities for rookies to get wins this year, being a 48 race season. A lot of racing, a lot of fun to be had. Tonight on the scale, I would probably rate this one a 7 out of 10. We did see a lot of wrecking that really kind of affected the pacing of this race, but once we did have some green flag runs, the racing was actually pretty dang good. We just had to deal with a lot, and I mean a lot of cautions. So yet again, congratulations to Jack Ross on getting his first career Cup Series victory at North Wilkesboro tonight. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in to watch it. Very much appreciated. Hope you guys enjoyed the race, and we're going to be on to the trucks next week at Verland Ring, so hope you all can tune in for that one. Always happy to be running these races. Keep in the loop, and I'll flip you on the catch side. Catch you on the flip side.